tough decision on their hands now. And this, early on, it's one you can't afford to get wrong. Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft.
You better not be the one to doubt us.
And I think that pick comes to the surprise of no one. You had to figure they'd lean that way if a player from that team became available.
We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind.
And there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round.
We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa.
In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now? One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
Souls want it all. Case closed like a balls to the wall, can't hold to the ball game over these boys.
Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player? Yeah, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had.
'Cause we've been putting in the hour.
This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes it. One Kansas City Chief is gone already. Here's a chance to have a teammate join him.
We gon' blow your mind.
These are tough decisions here. Offense or defense? Which side has the more pressing need?
Them dishes, I was just wishing I could just vision. I was gonna get it. I was on missions. I was just living, walking.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition.
Not in these niggas that we need later. They gon' degrade us. It won't delay us. This is what made us. We got Omega, probably roll.
And now, which side of the football will they address here? Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
Hope the Lord save us, wait from these haters. Hope the Lord save us, wait from these snakes, wait from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks, wait, I need kick. How long can we wait? Come on, better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we've been putting in the hour. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. 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 We gon' blow your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right?
Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in draft champions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Gone. And able to find Green. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A strong running. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Goff. It's caught. Nelson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jordy Nelson, 57 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Elway. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down, Elway. They set up the screen to Dorsett. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Second down, the ball on the 2 here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if some guys, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. 3rd down now following the run. Elway now looking to throw on 3rd. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And it's complete to Kelce. Give him 7 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's got some space here. Past the 20. And he cuts right sideline in some space. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Dorsett, 55 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And he puts it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Goff now looks to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd in just about a few inches here. They'll run again with Marine. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for it. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jermaine Gresham as the first half is winding down, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Running right, it's Dorsett. Shreds the tackle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves its sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Elway. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And on display right there, the arm that made John Elway a lot of money.
And that's going to leave a mark, because when he throws it with that much force, one of the best arms the game has ever seen, one of the strongest ones, it does leave a mark. They actually called it the Elway cross, because you could see the imprint on a player after he caught one of those bullet passes.
On the toss, it's Dorsett. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. And
a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On first down, Elway dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. His throw incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball. Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Dorsett, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And the lead is down to 4. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the deep...
There goes Green. The 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 76 yards.
Bass stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed in hip-hop, sizzle and Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York. Hold on, then throw your hands up. Pass me the cup with in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my ride and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow. Working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24. We striving for that goal. I'll stop for nothing. I will play this game. That's so easily.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go here, and that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before.
See me like no
Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker-type spot? Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base... And there's a pick that does fill a hole, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be the one that improves the overall squad a tremendous amount. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. I'll tell you right now, you won't go wrong adding any of these guys to your team. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense?